Hey everyone, Nicole is the new black here. Happy Valentine's Day. I actually don't know when I'll post this video, but I'm on my way out. Today, I woke up without a Valentine. And this story basically starts 2 years ago, like August 2008. So in August 2008, I went to Copenhagen. I don't know if many of you know, but my ex-boyfriend is Danish. And during the beginning of our exchange or whatever, we really didn't know whether or not, we could do the long distance thing. And so it was kind of off again, on again, off again, on again. And this one particular weekend, it was the first time I was actually going to Copenhagen. And I had a ticket, but we were off because he had decided that at this point in time, the long distance thing really wasn't going to work out for him. But I was like, okay, fine, I'm single, and I know you live in Copenhagen, but I'm still coming to Copenhagen, and I'm going to enjoy myself in Copenhagen because it was in August. It was it's a beautiful city. Why would I not go? So I go to Copenhagen, and I'm there by myself. I get a nice hotel in a nice part of town. Well, it wasn't really that nice part of town. It was basically downtown, right near the red light district, and it's a long story. Okay, maybe I can sneak the story in. So basically, I decide to go out dancing, and I ask the people at the hotel, hey, can you recommend any, parties or clubbing areas? And I think they recommended this area that was, let's just call it the meatpacking district. I don't know. I don't think there's a meatpacking district, but let's just say it's in the meatpacking district. But in order to get to the meatpacking district, I had to walk through the red light district. And so I'm walking through the red light district, and I'm kind of walking for a long time, and I think I'm kind of lost. So, it's the red light district. So against the building, there's like all these hoes or whatever just waiting for guys to pick them up. And I'm in the red light district, so what? But I need to figure out where I'm going. So I pull out my map, and it's a huge tourist map. And I think I have my Copenhagen guidebook and my map. And I'm standing by a street light just because it's nighttime, and hello, I need to see. So I guess I must have been standing at this light for maybe 5 minutes. And some dude rolls up really close to me in his car. And he starts through his pants massaging his groin area. And I'm looking around like, really, dude? Like, I have a map. Hoes? Since when do hoes have maps? Like, really? Like, don't you know if this was your whole stroll, you would know which direction you were going? I was clearly a tourist, but dumb dude was blinded by ridiculousness and cop lust that he mistook me for a prostitute. And I freaked out. I threw my book down on the ground. I took my heel, and at this point in time, I think I was wearing like 4-inch heels, and I kick his car door, and I leave an indent in his car, and he like speeds off with his dick in his hand, like, and drives off. And I'm furious, cussing and carrying on and stuff. And hoes in the back of me laughing. One hoe starts clapping her hand. I'm like, are y'all serious? This is funny to y'all? I get mistaken for a prostitute, and this is LOL, laugh out loudville. Okay, fine. So, but I wouldn't like to say that this always happens to me, but it's not the first time in a European city I have been mistaken for a prostitute. This happened to me in Barcelona as well. But that's okay. This is a whole nother story. Black women, don't be afraid to come to Europe. Not everybody thinks you're a prostitute, but it's just, I don't know, because I don't know. Amsterdam as well. Whatever. Okay, let's get back to Copenhagen. Anyway, I'm in Copenhagen by myself, and I'm out to dinner one evening, and I meet a nice gentleman, and his name is Gear. It's my roommate, he's so loud, he's Polish. And I meet a nice gentleman named Gear. And Gear is Swedish, he's a movie director. He comes to Copenhagen all the time, he records there, he has workshops there, la 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 la. And I'm single at this point, and I'm just like, kind of upset about the situation with my, at that time, ex-boyfriend. And I guess, I don't know if he saw that I was sad or whatever, but he just kind of befriended me. I mean, obviously he was attracted to me, but you know, he just befriended me. He was like really sweet and really nice, and we just had this really nice weekend together in Copenhagen. I mean, I wouldn't call it a fling or anything, but it was definitely an interaction where, you know, I met a really nice person in a strange city. He showed me around, like he can speak Danish, this Danish-Swedish hybrid language. And, you know, he helped me out, you know, my first couple of days there, you know, just finding my bearings and figuring out where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do. And we, you know, had really good conversation and like a really good time. And we both went our separate ways. He had to go back to Sweden and I had to go back to London. And, you know, we exchanged information. We, you know, emails. We also befriended each other on Facebook. And, I mean, we tried to keep the email up, but I mean, you know, he lived in Sweden, I lived in London at the time. And also, then things started to pick up again with my ex-boyfriend. So, you know, I was no longer single. So my whatever with him, relationship or interaction with him wouldn't have actually been appropriate. So let's fast forward 2 years later, where I now live in Berlin and I commute to work every morning on the train. And my commute to work literally is maybe like an hour and a half, because I refuse to live in the small, you know, boondock town. Why am I just piling this island? I refuse to live in this boondock town where my company is. And so I live in Berlin, and I get on the train, and now, I mean, the train is like, you know, 10 cars long. It's a huge commuter train. And I get on this train and I see this person looking at me. And I'm like, I know this person, and I don't know anybody. I know my coworkers. I mean, that's the only people that I really recognize on the train are like my coworkers, because, you know, about 1/3 of the company lives in Berlin and we all commute. And, you know, we all take, you know, the same trains or whatever in the morning. So I'm actually talking to my coworker and we're sitting next to each other, and I sit down and I see this guy like staring at me real hard, like more than, you know, the Germans usually stare. And I'm like, I know this dude, like what's going on? He walks over to me and I'm like, yeah, like what are you doing here? And he's like, Nicole? And I'm like, what are you doing here? He's like, I thought you lived in, he says to me, I thought you lived in London. And I'm like, I moved like a year and a half ago. And I was like, what are you doing here? Do you come to Berlin often? He's like, no, I'm just here for the film festival. The Berlinale is going all week, and it's like this huge film festival. You know, tons of celebrities come into town, debut movies. I mean, just like, you know, any other regular film festival. And so he's basically in town for the film festival. And I was like, when do you leave? He's like, I leave tomorrow. And I'm like, what? And he's like, well, we have to see each other. I mean, we have to hang out. And so I was like, yeah. I mean, I'm just still in awe, you know, because I'm like, what are the chances of meeting someone in Berlin? So anyway, you know, we exchanged numbers because my phone number is different. His phone number is still the same, but my phone, I have a totally different phone than I had in, what's that place called? London. You know, it's a German number or whatever. And so, you know, we exchanged numbers or whatever, and like he sends me a text message. It's like, you know, first, you know, I saw like, you know, this black woman, and I was immediately intrigued because, you know, he likes black chicks, hence his attraction to me in Copenhagen. And then you turn around and it was you. And I was like, yeah, this is so weird. He's like, what are the chances of us meeting in Berlin? And being on the same train, nevertheless the same wagon, like 5 seats from each other. Just totally weird and awkward. Just, what are the chances? Literally, what are the chances of this happening and me meeting this person who I basically figured I would never see again? So I'm getting dressed to go out. I mean, you know, he's a film director, so, you know, the Berlinale, there's tons of like after parties. Lord knows I gotta work tomorrow, but. And he's like, what do you want to do tonight? Do you just want to catch some drinks? And I was like, no, it's your last night in Berlin. I live here all the time. I mean, I can do anything any other night. For some reason, we were meant to see each other. And I was like, I'm trying to be famous. So if you can get me in front of any type of like director of, you know, legitimate movies, casting agents. Hey, let's go. Let's do it. So I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm gonna be cute. So I don't know. Is that not funny to y'all? Am I over-exaggerating? I mean, my coworker was like, weird, what? He like was just like, okay, tell me again how you know this guy. I was like, met him in Copenhagen. He lived in Sweden and I lived in London. And he was like, okay, and when's the last time you saw him? I was like, 2 years ago. We spoke to each other, you know, on email, maybe on Facebook, but I mean, we obviously don't keep tabs on each other, nothing like that. He was just like, this is so weird. And I was like, I'm glad I have a witness, because both of us were just like, and people on the train was like, what the hell's going on? Like, I mean, because we were mad excited. And I mean, it's like, you know, 9 o'clock in the morning, people usually are kind of quiet. So yeah, I'm going out on a Monday to some party or some hangout. We shall see. Picture the finished look. Don't worry, I'm not gonna walk out the house looking like this. Okay, so really quick. Okay, what do I have on? So on the lid, I just have, oh shit. I mean, oh shoot. It's whatever the brown is. Is this fascinating? It's cold, y'all. And I haven't done a video in the bathroom in a while, so you have to be used to this. So it's the hip eye color, the brown. In the crease, I have Shadowy Lady as well as Beauty Mark. In the highlight, I have whatever this is. I think it's Barely There, maybe? No. Next to Nothing. It's Next to Nothing. I have a white eye pencil, which I think is Fascinating, MAC Fascinating, or any eye kohl underneath my eye to make them appear brighter. And then I smoked out with a little Carbon as well as the Carbon and Shadowy Lady. Okay, so my foundation is my NW 45. And then I have the Makeup Forever Prep and Prime on. Then for the blush, I have on Blush Bite of an Apple by MAC from the Villains collection. Amazing. I mean, I like it. Tell me what you guys think. Okay, I do have a bit of shimmer on. I don't know why I'm going out. Oh, I have mascara on. Mascara is Estee Lauder Magnascopic. My favorite shimmer. So I have this on like my nose, my cheekbones, also my forehead and my chin, just anywhere where light naturally hits the face. And this is the Shimmer Brick Compact in Bronze. And then on my lip, I have a Berry M lip pencil. Berry M, you can get these in like UK drugstores in 11. I have to take this with me. And then my lip gloss, I think is Fashion Fair. This is me. I still have my house clothes on. I have to get dressed and hop on the train, put on some earrings. Oh, what's going on here? But this is the look. Nothing too crazy. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Yeah, maybe I should go get dressed, put on some drawers, a supportive undergarment perhaps. Bye guys, happy Valentine's Day.